Howdy! How you doing, fellas? Welcome to another one, a fun one. Mason Graham. And if you look at PFF right now, they have him as the third best player at this point, at this moment. And just so you guys know, he just beat Ohio State yesterday. So this is the Sunday after that very emotional rivalry game, 10-13. Michigan takes the cake. I have no dog in the fight. I just evaluate the players. Sorry, let me get this focus better. I just evaluate the players. I thought it was an amazing game. I love defense. I'm a big defensive guy. A lot of people hated that game. A lot of people, this isn't about that game, but I just want you guys to know I was about to go in a whole debriefing about the game. But I love defense. I love the trenches. I love linebacker play. My specialty, I would have to say, is defensive line and cornerbacks, with just evaluating what makes them great. And just so you guys know, what I think makes a defensive lineman great, it's of course the measurables, the size, arm length is another big one that I think really helps a lot of interior dudes. Their size, their arm length, how active they are with their hands, if they have any legitimate lateral quickness, with Mason Graham has a lot of. We're going to get into the things that I think make him great. We're going to get into the things that I think people are saying about him that may not be super flattering. And the main thing, football just started getting notifications. The main thing is this, like, Mason Graham is going to be a lottery. He's going to be an up in the air guy all the way up until the combine. Why is this? That's going to be, and all the visits he's going to do. And that's simply going to be because he just does not look very, he looks very wide, just not very big. And then, like I said, arm length is going to be a major thing. Even though in this film, I see a lot of great pop and push and extend the arms to where he's able to make some plays. There's some plays that we see with that. But let's head and go into PFF. A lot of you guys know, hold on, my screen, let me move it up here real quick so you guys can see everything. A lot of you guys know that PFF is a good marker to see progression. So in 2022, this young man played all 14 games, over 300 snaps, and ended the year with an 80.3. Year two, more snaps at 442. 4 sacks, 3 sacks as a freshman, 5 sacks this year. Had a 90.0 in 2023 and a 90.7 in 2024. Progression. Has this player gotten better? Has this player gotten worse? Has this player gotten steady? And so I love to see progression year after year. If there's no crazy injury, if there's no crazy coaching change, what this young gentleman went through, won a championship in 2023, had a new coach, a coach that was part of the program already, and still he did not fall off. The team did, but he did not. His progression was still very much impactful. 20 hurries, batted a pass, has 9 quarterback hits, pass rush grade at a 79.2, 86.9 on a true pass set pass rush grade. And one thing that I see that teams do against Michigan, and it probably has to do with both Mr. Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant, number 78, who we will for sure be going in depth on, because I think he is also very special. I do believe Michigan has an opportunity to get 2 of their interior guys in the first round. That's not hyperbolic at all. Kenneth Grant is really good. And then run defense grade at 92.4. You're going to see a lot of that. I think he's very good, especially when it's lateral. When it's lateral and inside, when any type of zone run, and he can get active and get a good, push through the line. And he can honestly, sometimes he can get a little skinny too. It's very interesting seeing Mason Graham move the way he does. Pass rush win rate at a 12.3%. And the thing that I was going to say about the true pass rush grade is against Ohio State, right? Against that game and against a lot of the Michigan, they don't have a quarterback that's dropping. They don't go against quarterbacks that drop back, 3-step drop back, 5-step drop back, and look and have seconds on seconds to throw a ball. Because if they do that, they're going to get sacked usually. If you look at that Ohio State game, a lot of it's quick, out of their hands, running, misdirection, stuff like that. That's how you have to play these Michigan interior dudes, because they're active. They're very active. And another thing about Mason, he usually lives in that B gap, but they do move him around over tackles, outside of tackles as well. The game we're going to be going over for him, I believe, is this Washington game? No, it's the USC game. He has a 79.7. There's some effort plays that I don't love. There are some effort plays that I do love. Let's just get into it. Where we at? 5 minutes. I'm trying to make this PFF portion a little bit smaller, but there's just so much I have to say. One thing off bat, you can see 89.1, this Ohio State game that happened yesterday that we just talked about. Washington, 90.6. You see very few 60s, first big game against Texas, 69.2. Maybe we'll go over that film second when we go over maybe Kenneth Grant. We'll go over the Texas film. Maybe go over Ohio State with Mason again and Grant. We'll see. We'll do Will Johnson as well, even though I don't think he gets a lot thrown his way. There is a cool Will Johnson play in here in the corner for them. Let's get into it. So here we go. Mason Graham, head on, looks like head on with the guard. Maybe he could be in that A gap, but I'm pretty sure he's at his beautiful, 3-tech position right above the guard. I'm good up here, right, guys? We'll keep it up here for now. Let's go ahead and get into this play. Got my pen. Let me see if my pen is working. Let's see what we got on the pen today. All right. A little bit of technical difficulties. So here we go. Right here. Mr. Mason Graham himself. Let's see what he does. See how he moves. Let's get into it. Off hit. See how he pushes him? Oh, see, this is great. I love this. Aggression, active hands. See Mr. Kenneth Grant. So yeah, he's right on here. Right on the tackle, right on the guard. I hope I didn't say tackle too much. Head on with him. The running back is away from him, so we can see a lot of this. If a running back is to the right or left of the quarterback, you can see it's beautiful for a zone. That's how you kind of want to play it. Learned that, not gonna lie, from a lot of my years in Madden. But yes, that's pretty much the gist of it. So he probably knows and understands, hey, the ball could be coming my way. Let's get active real quick. Let's see how he moves. Let me put this at 0.5. That's how he moves. So you see him up, engaging already, has his hands on the guard. And look, that extension that we told you all about. Now the guard is getting him really good right here, but the running back has a beautiful A gap right here that he can turn up. Linebacker fills it, and he's just Kenneth Grant. Like I said, we're going to be getting to him a little bit later, but this was all started by that pile-up. That pile-up that Mason started. Mason started the pile-up, and so that's good to see. Once again, same spot. Doing it again. Running after the quarterback. And he hit the quarterback. So things are kind of stalled out for Mason here. Things are kind of stalled out, right? And the ball is going away from him. Engages, and he's looking, swimming, because once again, the running back was on that opposite side, so he's like, oh, there's a running back coming over here. Play action, I see it late. Let's go after the quarterback. Pursuit, I love that. And he's there, he has a shot, and he hits the quarterback. Wide receiver should have caught it, but right now, active. That's what I love to see in the beginning of the game. You guys can see it's the first quarter. He's active. Once again, they have five dudes on the line of scrimmage. He looks like he's at his 3-tech spot between the guard and tackle. Another swim, spin, and he's there. So he's agile. How many defensive tackles can really do this? Do a swim over the guard, and he's getting picked up by a tight end on his backside, and he's able to kind of get through all the mush. Little spin move if it needed to be, but it looked like number 0 was there to make the play, but he was still in the pile. Very active, great energy. Head up on the guard in this play. Let's see what happens. Ooh, takes on that block by that center. Makes the tackle on the ball carrier. Very good stuff. Very good stuff. Once again, lined up on that guard. And this is a beautiful way to get rid of anything that is super inside, anything that is going to be pressured in the A gaps or the B gaps. We're going to put Mason and Kenneth Grant there to eliminate anything to where they could just hit and shock center or guard that comes towards them, extend, and make a play. And that's exactly kind of what happens. You see the center picks up Mason Graham. Kenneth Grant gives him a good rib shot, so Mason can get off. So this is somewhat of a stunt that they're doing. And then Mason gets over to where he needs to be and gets the ball carrier. Good stuff. Good play by those two interior defensive tackles. Great communication and great play by both those dudes. And it looks like they're in the exact same position once again. And look at the arm. I mean, his arms look pretty effective so far. A lot of people aren't able to get their hands on him. And look at this one as well, getting a double team. Okay, so this one is just an action play. That's why I put it in here, because teams are trying to eliminate him. That's what it looks like, especially on that particular play. Number 79, the center, is on Mason Graham a lot. And looks like he's in that same position, head on with the guard, getting a lot of work his way. Sees a screen, stops, twirls around, looks for the ball. Looking for the ball, taking a great angle, and he's there. Active. And guys, look at his arms. Literally, look at his arms. I don't know if this is the jersey, but I think he has the length, and he gets to the ball carrier. Just look at him. Big arms, pretty long, very agile, a lot of lateral quickness within his game. Really like it. And so now look at him here. Looks like he's over the guard on the left side now. So, like I said, being able to move around the defensive line, that's a feature that a lot of players can't really do. It's underrated flaw in a lot of players' game. They like their position. They like being on the right side. They like being only against this center and guard combination on the right as opposed to the left. There's all types of things that go into a defensive lineman's head, but not this guy. It does not matter where I play. I'm going to make an impact. And look at that, Mason. Hello, how you doing? Just gets bullied. He just bullies number 77, hits him, helmet to helmet, shocks him, extends the arms, and then now look at Mason. He has him like this, and he's able to look around, throws number 77 after that shock, and gets to the ball carrier, tackle for loss, and get lit, Mason. Yeah, let him know. Beautiful. I love that so much. On the guard right here. Okay, we got pass. I want to see. So this is why I put this one in. Mason, and this is what's just going to... Mason is a first rounder, right? Top 15 if everything goes right in the combine department. Top 20, I would say, is his floor. The extra efforts of you just understanding it's a pass, the ball's away, and you getting on a horse. This is something that I've seen Chris Jones do a lot. Vita Vea does a lot. Even Dontari Poe, once upon a time, used to do this a lot. Using your athletic gifts, that when you can't make the play in one direction, you got to get on a horse. So if you see him here, very active, does a shot, does a great bull rush, and I kind of just want to see, he's like walking, and he's fast, he's athletic. Get on a horse, Mason. Hit him right there. But he ends up getting there, but it's just like the immediate, every coach is going to say it, immediately get there, go. There is not, I wouldn't say fatigue with him. He does still keep showing as the game keeps going, but that particular play, right on with the guard, beautiful extension. Once again, he doesn't make the tackle here, but we'll see in the next slide his arm length. And it's not always going to be perfect, guys. It's not always going to be perfect whatsoever. So he's at a 3-tech spot, outside shoulder of the guard here, at a 3. And so, boom. We got a pulling tackle, number 76, that's trying to get into that A gap. And Mason is already looking. That number 76 is kind of blocking his eyesight, but he sees the running back make this cut. Eyes is on number 4, and this is why he misses the tackle. You see that? You see that right there, guys? This little pulling. This little bit of holding right here. But Mason, the simple fact that he's a very, very energy guy, he's a guy that doesn't stop, this is going to get called in the NFL. They might see this in the NFL, and so that's why he wasn't able to make that play. He was getting held. And so, beautiful in that regard. He's active, and a lot of times that's your best friend, energy. Energy being active, having pursuit, that's going to get you a lot of holding calls. Right here again on the left side, on that right guard. You see what happens. Again, pushing and bullying that center backwards. How many yards back did he go? How many yards back did he go here? Let's take a gander, guys. Let's see how many yards Mason. We're right here, right? Let's look at this line. That's where pretty much the guard is. Let's see what Mason does. Oh, sorry, center. Sorry. So that's right here is where they started, guys. This is where they started. Look at this line. Pushes him back 5 yards. Pushes him back 5 yards. That's just strength. That's power. That's him being lower than the center that picks him up. So watch it again. Boom. Center picks him up. Look how much lower Mason, his ass is. And he's already extending, right? Looking for the quarterback. And now he's just pushing that gentleman away. You saw that leg drive. Very good stuff. And look at Mr. Grant. I can't wait to do his film. He's out there. He's out there running. On the right, above the left guard, center, moving. He's just active. Always moving. Always moving. This is great. And this is play after play, guys. There weren't any plays where I didn't see Mason Graham, so I cut it out. This is Mason Graham playing dang near the entire freaking game. On the guard here. Pushes him back. Almost gets a batted ball there. He had one for the season, if you guys remember. But look at this guard. No one has been able to stall him. He is pushing everyone back. There's, I did a little bit on Abdul Carter. As of right now, the #1 pass rusher out of Penn State. The dude gets pushed. The dude's on the ground a lot. One thing I do not like defensive linemen to do, unless they're being held, don't be on my ground. Don't be on the floor. Why on the ground? Why on the floor? You're the aggressor. You should never be on the ground. Once again, Mason Graham right here. Right there, beautifully. He's just so good. Right on the guard right here. Let's see what happens. Boom. Just active. Got 3 people on him. Get out and run, Mason! He was there. He was there. I don't hate it. But look at this. He has 1, 2, 3 people on him, Mr. Mason. Get out and run. Take that as a compliment. They need 3 dudes on you. Dude, he's big, dude. He's got some big arms. Right on that left guard. He might be between the center and guard, but I think he's probably head on with him. Once again, him and Kenneth protecting that A gap. All right, so that's just a play away from him. I think I wanted to see this because he takes on the 2-man down block. This is the RPO, so they have the option to let the running back have it here. And look how Mason is just, if it is a run, look how he's able to stop and take on these 2 blockers. And that left leg right here, right? So his left leg right here, it doesn't move very much. He does do the bend and get a lower tension in the ground. Mike Daniels, that used to play for the Bengals, I learned that from him. And so his left leg didn't go much further. He wasn't going to keep getting bullied and pushed by those 2 offensive linemen. So I like that a lot. In that same spot, let's see, bullying. Hey! Look at, oh, man. And the thing that I love the most, man, the thing that gets me the most going is I want you guys, sorry, after this play, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to get a remote, guys. I'm going to get better. I'm going to get a remote. Look at Mason, how he bullies another offensive lineman, the same dude that he's been bullying the whole game. But look at his excitement when he understands what just happened. Boom. Bullies, sees the pick. Look how he's getting lit, man. He's just celebrating. He did his job. The defense is a collective group. Everyone does their job. You get plays like that. So on hit, boom. Bully push, pick 6. We're going to the house. And this is just a Will Johnson feat as well. Great pick 6. Great way to undercut that route, jump it. Beautiful. Another thing, just working through the garbage. He's just working through garbage, guys. He's a blue-collar dude. I bet his dad was in the blue-collar field. I bet his dad was in the blue-collar. I know Mason's dad worked in the blue collar industry, oil industry, maybe, electrician, possibly, but you don't get this type of consistent fight on a guy that their dad didn't have a tough life, right? This is just fighting. Boom. Fight. Keep going. Find over the trash. Go get the ball carrier. No one. And the beautiful thing about how he works is that if you're not stronger than him, if you don't have an effort that can match his, if you're not technically sound as he is, if your scheme, if he just breaks up your scheme, you can't push him back. So where now he could just be the aggressor, go through all the trash, get the ball carrier. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Now he's at a 0 spot, nose right. Guys. So he's been having this battle with this center the whole game. Center understands and knows, hey, base block center, he is a 0 tech, knows like this is my dude. Mr. Mason just swim moves this poor soul. Bop! Hi, quarterback. Buddy's on the ground doing a push-up or maybe something more sexual. I'm not sure. And Mason just runs after this poor guy, gets to him. Oh, Mason, what you're doing to my body right now. It's crazy. Right on that right guard. Gets that center again. Brushes him. Hey, looking for work. He doesn't stop. He does not stop. He continues to look for work. So he has I think he does. He's really big on the bull rush, but he does have the swim. He does have a spin. He can move. So right here, gets that center again, pushes him back, tries to do a rip. Quarterback's running over the place, and he just gets to the quarterback. Give up the ones. That's one, baby. That's one. Good work, Mason. Here we go again on that same guard where he's beginning a lot of exciting plays his way. Another double team that he's not moving. That's why I have it in here. When you have a double team, if I have a guard and a tackle, and I'm the head coach, and you have every single double team in imaginable, you move that MFer backwards, or you put him on the ground. He doesn't get to just stand still. But Mason says, okay, I'm head on, this is 2 technique. I'm head on with the guard. Boom. I got 2 people on me, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm the aggressor. And when you do that, when you stop the pile, it makes it so hard for the running back to see the right gap. And so here we go again. So this is a beautiful window to see his arm extension, his arm length. Is it number 79 again? Yes, they pull these guards a lot. Number 79 is working today. And I don't think he's doing a terrible job, but he's just not right now up for Mr. Mason. So Mason has him right now. And watch him extend those arms, man. And watch at this look at this lower, excuse me, guys. Look at this lower body posture of Mason. That's just strength coming up from this part of his lower body. And that's what's just able for him to A, not get pushed back, and B, have this crazy good extension to where he can see work. Because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Can you get to the work? Can you find the work? And he's just able to just make so much confusion, make so much chaos, and they got to tackle. Here we go again, right on that guard. Again, he can't move. He can't be moved. Every single time he is pushing whatever offensive lineman it is back, or they're staying still. Extension, good arm length, gets off the tackle, could have been a hold, and gets there. Gets there. It's consistent. It's consistent. Now he's just going. So he has, I believe he has another awesome play here. Boom. Going right over that center. So he's active. He's always going forward. Love that. So they have 5 dudes on the line of scrimmage right now. He's head on with that guard. Let's see what happens. He has the running back, okay, away from him. So that means this is an awesome opportunity for him to get the zone work. Awesome opportunity for him to even, extend, like I said, and play some limbo with how he does it so well. Let's see what happens. Work's going his way. He gets rid of the pullers. Run, Mason, run! I mean, the play's away from him. I just think that's what's going to separate him from a 20 to a 10. A top 20 pick to a top 15 pick. For wherever he is, those effort plays. Look at Mr. Grant. Grant's out here. You know, of course, Grant was close to that play, but Grant's out there. And we've seen Grant take off. See what we got here. He's getting held. Hey, you're still there. So he's looking for work. I love his eyes. I love that he can always find the ball, and he then makes a decision on to attack and go after it or whatnot. But look at him there. He's there to make the play. A few more plays, guys. Right on that guard. I'm looking for work. He's there. Oh, he almost got a pick. I bet he wants that one back. Look at his arms, guys. I don't know if it's the jersey or not. I think he might not have any issue with his arm length. The simple fact that he's able to, you know, swim over a lot of these guys, something tells me that arm length is going to be something very good. Very good. Because I've seen defensive tackles that are built like Mr. Graham. Hey, built like Mr. Graham, but they don't do that because of the arm length. Look at his extension. After he pops, and then he's going to engage, and then he's going to immediately extend. Pop, engage, extend, get to the ball carrier. It's clockwork. It's clockwork. Engage, extend, where's the ball carrier? And this one, he's just able to, like, remember how I said, guys, he can get skinny? He can get skinny over how big and monstrous he is. The reason why I don't say height and weight in the beginning of the videos also is because it's all cap. No one knows anything until the combine. So anyone that you are seeing right now that is saying, this guy is this big, this guy weighs this much, it's all BS. Like, no one knows anything about these dudes until the combine. The coaches, universities, that hide all that crap. But look at him. Get skinny. Get skinny. He was able to get through all that traffic, all that nonsense. Him and Grant are back there. Look at him, dude. Get skinny. Swim move. Go get the quarterback. Active. Him and Grant. Beautiful stuff here, man. Beautiful. Once again, last play. Swim. Active. He's around the ball. Let's do this. Awesome. So, Mason, I think Grant could give him a legitimate run for his money. And the idea of, like, best interior defensive tackle, we haven't seen Grant yet. Grant showed a lot of great things, though. But Graham, dude, his tools, his kit, I don't know if I can see this guy get past the first. He could be a second rounder just due to, you know, who's really hurting right now in the trenches. I can see many teams taking a shot on him. Shoot. Teams right now that are just getting gutted up the middle. I could see him. I mean, it's going to sound cliche, but I mean, the Panthers can use any and all help necessary. Arizona Cardinals, they can use a lot in the trenches still, even though they're playing great right now. I can see him in a Cardinals jersey, even though they got Demarcus Robinson, I believe his name, last year in the first round. There's no reason why you can't double up in that department whatsoever. I can see him being a legitimate tool for Cowboys with Mozzie Smith. I think Mason Graham is a difference maker, at least in the run game, almost immediately. And I think any team that gets him, they're going to get a guy that has a lot of great tools, a lot of great... Braden Fisk, the Florida State defensive tackle that's in LA right now, his problem, his issue, his quote-unquote dilemma was his arm length. I don't think Mason Graham, after seeing his arms, I don't think he's going to have any problems, any issues with that. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.